I was popping, everybody. Welcome to another video, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the title, why y'all click this video. Day trading was hard until I understood this one thing, and that one thing is not every day is a day to make money. You will not make money every day, and just practicing patience. They kind of go hand in hand because we get impatient in the sense where we want to make money every day. We can't take losses, and I was that, like, literally. I just would never be able to walk away from losses, and all this ties into just that understanding. And so just not every day is the day to make money. I have a little example, a story time, where earlier this year, I had a Top Step XFA account with a $24,000 balance. And this was my highest balance I ever had on an XFA. I'd already gotten a payout I got 2 payouts from it. And at that point, I had like a $24,000 balance, where I basically didn't even have to do any other work to have an extra $10,000 guaranteed payouts. I could have literally just scalped the next 10 days and would have been fine. However, I messed this up because I let one day define me. And I preach this all the time. I have it written down in my room. Just don't let one day define you. I tell my students this all the time, and I did exactly that. I wasn't able to walk away from a loss, and I literally blew that entire $24,000 account balance in one day. All because I wasn't able to handle the loss. I could not see the long term, and I could not just stomach the fact that I just didn't win the trade that day. Understanding that not every day is a day to make money will help you so much. If you're constantly reminding yourself that, and you constantly understand, like, okay, it is okay to lose. Losing is a part of trading. You have to lose in order to win. You will be on a constant rat race. I built up weeks of progress, weeks of profit, weeks of progress, all for me to throw it away in one day. $24,000. That's literally $15,000 of that is already guaranteed in my pocket. I literally didn't have to take another trade with size. I could have just did my $200 days for the next 15 days and took out $3,000 to $5,000 pairs. That's $15,000, which still would have left me with $7,000, $8,000 in the account to still work with. I did not have to do that, but I let one day define me. I was not able to take a loss. I was a sore loser. So it's like when you don't have this in your mind, you just get so caught up on the day-to-day, and you get so fixated on, I need to make money today. Every day I need to print money. I have these deadlines. I want to do this. I want to do that. That is where you sabotage yourself at. That is where you see the most problems arise, because you just can't take a loss. Like, you're going to constantly try to make your losses back. You might come into the day, with all your rules in place and whatever the case may be. But once you take that first initial 1 or 2 losses, you might oversize or whatever the case may be. It causes a spiral. And that spiral is from you just not understanding that. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm literally speaking from experience. Like, me not understanding that day trading is such a long-term process. It is not overnight. It is not in a week. It is not in a month. It is a very long and rigorous journey. The losses are going to come. We don't really have any real overhead or business expenses aside from whatever, funded accounts you might purchase or the Wi-Fi you may trade on, whatever. It's nothing ever really crazy. We don't have to put out thousands of dollars to run our business, in a sense. That money that, it costs to run the business is in the losses. It's in the losses that you take on a daily basis, and you need to understand that. You need to be grateful for the losses, because that is also where you see the most growth. If you're doing what you have to do, those losses are positive. Those losses are where you're going to benefit and grow the most as a trader and as a human being, because you will see things in trading. It's gonna unpeel back, flaws within yourself that you didn't realize. Whether that's you being greedy, you being impatient, you not willing to just see the long-term vision. This all ties together. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you need to really understand that and be grateful for it. Be grateful for this journey. Be grateful for this process, and stop taking it for granted. I would take it for granted so much and just delayed my process. I'm coming into every day trying to make a bunch of money. I'm looking at every day as the day to make money. Those days will come. The day when you have your biggest trade, or your, the most profit you ever make in a single day, that will come, but it will come when you least expect it. It won't come when you're trying to, okay, today I want to set a new personal record today. I want to make this much today. That is when you will lose. I promise you that. I'm speaking from experience. The most money I ever made in a day did not come from me coming into the day trying to make money. It came from me having a neutral mindset, me being reactive, and me applying risk when the market told me to. Me reacting to the market. Me not telling the market, okay, I want to make money today, so you're going to do what I want to do. No, that is how you lose. When you have these expectations, when you can't just, accept that the market is going to do what it's going to do. If you can't accept that, you will constantly fail. It will be a rat race. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and we self-sabotage ourselves so much just by not understanding this, because you get into trading and you think that it's easy money. You think that it's quick passive income, like you're going to get rich super quick. No, it is the complete opposite. Day trading was literally just a repeat failure cycle until I realized this. Like literally a failure, just failure upon failure upon failure, till I really understood this. Like, the losses are going to come. Losing days are normal. Take them with a grain of salt. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, you manage your risk properly, you know your system, you know everything about your trading, you are going to end profitable at the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, whatever the case may be. Whether you're on a losing streak or not, you will eventually see profit as long as you're taking the proper trades and you know that your system works. You're taking you're taking A+ setups and you're doing everything you have to do. You will end up on top. So why are you stressing about it? Why are you trying to make it all back in one day? If the market is not telling you, if the market is showing you that your edge is not profiting today, the market is showing you that your edge is just not present, just walk away. Simple as that. You have tomorrow. Live to trade another day. I constantly killed myself over this. Just not being able to live to trade another day. Not understanding the long-term vision. It's understanding that this stuff will come over time. Stop trying to rush it. Let it come naturally. Once you try to, the moment you continue to try to force stuff is the moment you're going to continue to fail. Once you actually just submit to the process and become one with the market and become one with the universe and stop trying to impose your will, that is when you'll see progress. That is when you'll see the most growth. That is when you will start to see payouts. You will start to see, just your personal records grow. You might go from 4-figure months to 5-figure months to even 6-figure months. Submit to the process. Stop trying to impose your will. Stop trying to chase things that just because you want them to be, you want it to happen overnight. Like, no. If everything was easy, if this stuff could happen overnight, if this stuff really happened when we wanted it to, everybody would be successful. Everybody would be where they want to be. And that's just would be the nature of life if that was the reality, but it's not. It's going to test you. It's going to push you through stuff, and it's going to really see, are you ready for this? Are you willing to take this on? Because everything comes with responsibility. You could be losing in the market because that's the universe telling you you're not ready to make that money. You're not ready for that type of money. Money brings a lot of things. Money brings a lot of things, and I'm not just talking about things that you can buy. Money brings responsibility. Money brings different sides out of you that you may not have ever seen before, especially if you're not used to having money. You will learn things about yourself. You will learn things about people that maybe you're not ready for, or those people around you aren't ready for. So that's the universe telling you to be patient, making you wait extra long. Understand that all this stuff happens for a reason, and stop trying to just force it and make it happen overnight. Like, no, it will happen when it's supposed to. And the moment you understand that is when you'll stop caring. And when you stop caring, it becomes so much easier. You can live your life so much better, stress-free, all of that. Because it's like, when you are just living in a scarcity mindset and you're just scared and you're needing this to work in the moment, that's when it won't work. Like, quite frankly, it won't work when you need it to. I speak. I know that's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna work when you want it to. No. Like, it's gonna work when it's supposed to happen. We all want stuff to happen overnight. That's the nature of life. That's how we are as humans. But until you understand that this day-to-day stuff, these losses, everything's happening for us for a reason, that is when you'll realize, like, it is okay. Trust the time, trust the process. It will come with time. It's as simple as that. And I want y'all to understand that, and I want y'all to really get that through your minds, because the minute you do that, it just becomes easier. But just a quick recap of everything I was talking about. Just understanding that all this stuff happens for a reason. All of this stuff happens the way it's supposed to. And trust time. Stop trying to make it all in one day. These losses are supposed to come. We don't have to pay any actual business expenses as traders aside from, whatever losses you may take. That's literally it. So understand that the losses are supposed to come. Embrace the losses and trust them. Trust time. Trust the process. Trust God. Trust the universe. Trust the market. Trust your system. Have faith. Trust. Like I said in my last video, if you were watching a game and you knew that, before the game was over that you already won, you would not stress if you're losing going into the fourth quarter. You would not be stressing about it. It's the same exact thing with the market. So understand that. Trust your process and be patient. I'll leave y'all like that though, y'all. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody for all the recent support. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.